What's going on, guys? Flying DBZ here, and I'm back for another Pokemon Masters video. And the Japanese Pokemon Masters Twitter account reveals some gameplay on Regirock Legendary Arena that's coming out on December 7th, so in 2 or 3 days from now. And after we take a look at the information and gameplay on Regirock, we're also going to take a look at the Master Mode picture that has been floating around Twitter and Reddit. Because we can finally see how the point system is sort of going to work, so we'll take a look at that after we look at the stuff for Regirock. So let's take a look at the gameplay now and see what they have to offer us. So I have not taken a look at this yet because I was waiting for this video to look at everything here, so you can sort of get my first reaction as well. But it looks like physical defense and physical attack we have to focus on, and special attack. So yeah, Rose Raid, not a very good demonstration, but I guess for free-to-play players that's fine. But it looks like Regirock was getting his defense lowered every time he was getting hit by Rose Raid. Yeah, because Rose Raid was using her Leaf Storm, and then his physical defense went down. That's okay. So maybe every time he gets hit, his physical defense gets lowered. But yeah, then he just gets a whole bunch of buffs. It looks like guaranteed crit, special. Was that special attack or a special defense that he just got? What was that? No, let's take physical defense. Okay. So every time he gets hit, his defense gets lowered, but then he has all these attacks that just increase a whole bunch of stuff with the defense barrier too. I think that's a crit barrier. I think that's for Zacian because he gets the guaranteed crit, so I think that's gonna be for Zacian. But yeah, having that guaranteed crit for him as well, along with that accuracy, oh yeah, he's gonna be hitting pretty hard, that's for sure. And then there's Zacian, almost 6,000 damage, so yeah, I was expecting Zacian to be hitting pretty hard there. And was Regirock weak? I would imagine, yeah, he's weak to steel in the final HP gauge. Okay, so cool. So it looks like Brendan. Well, Brendan's going to be getting his 6-star awakening very soon as well. I would imagine he's going to get it when this event drops as well. So yeah, Brendan and Skeptile with what's his name, Zacian, are going to be the best combinations for this event, I would imagine. Of course, Venusaur would be great too if you have him. Any grass type striker would be fine, I guess. Rose Raid probably isn't the best one to use just because she doesn't have a grid and all, and Brendan does. And if you've been playing the game for a while, you definitely have Brendan at least one copy of him, so you should be fine there. But yeah, let's take a look at what they have to say though. So both allies and opponents lose their defense each time the attack hits their key point. So every time I guess a super effective move hits them, their defense gets lowered. Since the opponent's defense can be reduced by a sneak attack, so I guess they're honestly talking about super effective moves. Use techniques such as Criticut G, and I think they're just like Twitter translations suck. But I think they're just talking about try and get critical hits so that you could prevent that on getting your defense lowered. And with Zacian having his guaranteed crit, that would probably help a lot as well, even though you only have it a certain amount of time. But after you get 2 guaranteed crits with Zacian, so there's that. But yeah, like Regirock is huge. Oh man, like this guy is actually big. We thought Entei was huge when he first came to Pokemon Masters, and then all the other Legendary Arena Pokemon, but man, Regirock, he's on another level. Oh man, he looks good though. He looks very good, and the scenery, I mean, it's just a typical like cave where Regirock is, but like it still looks very good. But yeah, like that's the Legendary Arena. It looks like every time you hit him with a special, like with a super effective move, his defense gets lower, but then he just does a whole bunch of stuff to increase his defense again with the barrier. So yeah, that we'll have to see how difficult it will be, but it does look fun. I don't know if that's what it actually is, like if you hit him with a super effective move, his defense gets lower, but we could quickly take a look again and see, because we know Rose Raid is super effective in this HP gauge, and then yeah, his defense gets lower. I think that's what it is, but I guess we'll find out more when the official translation comes out with or the data mine information on the Legendary Arena. But yeah, so now let's actually take a look at the Masters mode, with the picture that's been floating around. I'm sure quite a bit of you guys also saw the picture, so we're gonna sort of break it down. No translation, of course, because I don't speak Japanese, but we'll try to make out what what we can. Or if any of you guys know, you could also just leave a comment down below. But that's it with the Legend Arena. Of course, when more information comes out, I'll have another video on that. But let's take a look at the picture and see what we have, or what they have to offer in here. So this is how the point system is going to work. Like, you could click any of these. Maybe you could click all of them. I don't know if you can click all of them. But obviously when this comes in, we're going to be getting Johto, the Johto Elite Four, so that's going to be fun. Bruno's still going to be here, of course, because he's with the Johto Elite Four. And then same with Lance, but Lance is the champion this time. So we're going to be going up against Will, I think his name is, and then we're going to be going up against Koga and Karen. So those are going to be the new ones, which is going to be fun. And of course, with this champion mode update, or this champion stadium update with Masters mode, we are going to be getting much more 5-star power up tickets, which is going to be great. But yeah, like, it look like, okay, so there are icons on the points and everything, and we can see like the highest one is 200. And okay, so we got 50, 50, a lot of 50s, and then we get 150, and then we get 200. And then we could turn it on, like if you can see at the top, like right above Lance, we could see on. So we could probably turn it off and on if we want to have more of a challenge, or to challenge ourselves. But it's sort of like an artificial difficulty, because you're adding the difficulty yourself. It's not like an actual built-in difficulty increase, like you're just doing it yourself. But it's still it should be fun. We'll see how difficult it actually is, but the icons, we can't really make them out too clear because this isn't an HD picture. But it looks like, okay, so where it says BC, like the 200, the one at the very bottom, the 200 one, going up to, so like from the BC, and then with the arrow pointing up, and then the one on top of that, it looks like we get crit, and like maybe crit up, guarantee like they can do more crits on us or something like that. And then maybe like the bottom one looks like something to do with sync move. Maybe the second last one, like the one on top of the bottom 200, it looks like something to do with the sync move again. The first one at the very top, the 50, it looks like some defense buff. And then the BC, like, yeah, I think the BC is something to do with sync move. Like, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like to me. But like, this is how the point system is gonna work, or it looks like it's gonna work. Like, you click whichever one you want to do. I don't know if you could click all of them. If you could click all of them, that's gonna be a lot of points. But with how it is with the champion, like when you go up against Blue, or in this case with the new champion stadium that's coming, Lance, maybe like when we do that, we were able to click just one to choose the difficulty, like having special attacks increased, or a faster move gauge and stuff like that. Like, we were only able to click it once, so maybe it might be like this as well. So like, if you feel even the 50-point one is going to be difficult for you, then you could click one of the 50, and then you can get 50 points from that. And you could go through it all these battles, I think it is. So like, if you're going up against Karen, you could choose one of the 200 ones for the points, and then when you go up against Bruno, you could choose another 200 or 150 or the 50s. So I think that's how it might work. So then you could choose two of the 200s, so then you get 400 points from that, and then you could go with the 150 points with the next two. And then for Lance, like, maybe you could go with the 100 with the 50-point one, just so it's not like too difficult, unless you really want to make it a difficult challenge. But I wouldn't imagine that they'd allow us to click all the points all at once, because then maybe that would be a little bit too difficult, or it would just be an obscured amount of points in one battle. But I think that's how it's going to work. Like, for each battle, you click one of these for the difficulty, and then at the end of it, you get all your points, and then by the end of the week, that's what you'll have. But we'll find out. Of course, this is just a picture that's been going around. But we'll see how the point system is going to work. Of course, this is just sort of the first look of it. But anyways, that's going to be it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think this might be a little bit too difficult? Or do you think it will just be like something just to get points and then 5-star power-ups easily? Because like I said, it's sort of like an artificial difficulty, so it's not like an actual full-on difficulty increase because we are choosing the difficulty ourselves. And it's just sort of like status conditions or move gauge increase on the speed or barriers and stuff like that. So it's not like an actual true difficulty. But still, let me know what you guys think. We'll find out more information as the days go on with data mine, or if the Twitters reveal this stuff themselves. So that's gonna be it for the video. Let me know what you guys think of, as always. I think this is going to be cool, of course. A little change to the Champion Stadium and the Johto, so I'm very excited for that. But that's going to be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later.
It's always hard when the journey begins.
Hard to find your way, hard to make amends.
But there's nothing